Sir, your wife don't have to know. We can be very discreet. I'm a very discreet lady, so please don't worry about it. It's amazing the things that you can find out here in the Philippines, man. I want to show you guys something here. This means a lot to me. As a guy who was born and raised in the Caribbean, to see this here. It's been sitting here now for a lot of years, but this is the first time I actually got to stop here and get an up close. Bob Marley, the greatest reggae artist ever lived, alive on this wall out here in the Philippines. Marju, do you know who that is on the wall? You know who that is on the wall?
Bob Marley.
Lorena, do you know who's that on the wall? Do you know who's that on the wall?
Bob Marley. Hi, Bob Marley.
Oh, that's cheating.
That's my classmate.
I
thought you were in Italy.
Oh no. What happened to being a Christian country? What happened to being conservative? What the hell happened to being some of the best women there is in the world? Let me set the scene up here for you guys. It was a beautiful day up in Bohol, hanging out with my wife, her cousin, and the family. You know, something that we always do, go back up to Bohol when we in Bohol so she can visit her classmates, her old friends, just to see how everyone is doing. And it was a great day. I had a good time. And a few of her friends, they came up having conversation with me, shaking my hand. Some of them said some nice things. I can see through the bullshit, telling me that I'm a guapo, telling me that I'm this. I prefer if you say to me I'm very smooth and very kind instead of saying that I'm handsome. But you guys get the picture, right? But anyway, later on that evening, we went back down to Baclayon. And I remember a few of the people who were coming up talking to me was asking me about my YouTube channel, because I was filming and I was trying to make some videos. Some of those videos I'll probably never release because, I'm not out in the Philippines no more. I think, they're just stale old videos now. So I'll just go ahead and shelve those things. Anyway, back in Baclayon, I started getting this message from this woman on Facebook. She's not a friend of mine on Facebook. As a matter of fact, my Smoothly Facebook, I think I got about maybe 100 and something, 200 friends on my Facebook, because normally I don't really click over to Facebook. It's really that I go on Facebook. But then I see these messages coming in. The first message was saying, "How you doing, sir? You seem like a very kind man. You have a very nice family, and that's good." Okay, end of the conversation. I didn't respond because I'm like, I don't know who the hell you are. Next message. "Sir, I have something to ask you, sir. I see over the years how your wife has blossomed into a wonderful woman since she met you, since she had the child. You seem like you guys are really doing great, and that's wonderful. But sir, I was a good classmate of your wife. And, my life is not so great here in the Philippines. I just wanted to ask you, sir, is there any special way that you can become a sponsor for me and my child?" I'm like, yo, what the? After that message, I just took it to my wife, showed it to my wife. And I said, "Babe, do you know who this person is?" My wife clicked on the profile of the person from the messaging. And she said, "Yes, this is someone that I went to school with." And my wife's face started turning red. Very upset, very mad. And I said to her, I said, "Babe, I show this to you because I want you to see what is really happening here. Here it is. This woman know that you are married to me. We have a child together. We're living together. We're planning our lives together. But here she is trying to push in on you, trying to see what she can get from your husband." I said to my wife, she turned so red and she said, "I'm going to respond." I said, "No, you're not going to respond." I said, "What we're really going to do is just go ahead and delete these messages here. But I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to share this story here for a little bit with a lot of you guys. I wonder how many men out there who are in the situation that I'm in, who already are married, have a family, and have, well, a so-called old friend of your wife trying to move it on you, trying to hit on you, trying to make you feel good by telling you nice words and trying to get you to be a sponsor. How many of you guys have been through that? Or how many of you guys probably would have fallen for something like that, knowing that here it is, another young, beautiful Filipino woman giving you some attention with nice words, trying to see how much money they can get out of you as a sponsor. What the hell happened to a conservative country? What the hell happened to a country that's supposed to be so religious? Why is it that we have so many single mothers out there who don't think of nothing but to move in on another woman's husband without a care in the world to see what she can get from her friend's husband? Let me know down in the comment section how many of you guys been through this, man, because I think that was a low down dirty shit that this young lady did. And as far as my wife, I had a long talk with her. They're friends on Facebook. I said, just go ahead and cut her off. This is a person that I know you're really not going to talk to anymore. But just know you don't go around and tell anyone else who's from your region about what happened. Because remember, we do have to go back to the Philippines. This is something that we do all the time. And we're planning on moving there. So just be careful about your words. Don't say nothing to nobody. You can mention it to your cousin, but just make sure that your cousin don't go up in below and spew this stuff around to anyone else, because we don't want enemies. What the hell is going on with the most religious country there is in the world? What the hell is happening with these women that they're so desperate, willing to move in on somebody else's husband, want that person to be their sponsor without even knowing that person? Just looking at my wife's life on Facebook and thinking that her life is great. She don't work hard for what we have. It is so easy for me to take my hard-earned money that I have to raise my family and send it over to somebody that I don't know because she's giving good words. What the hell is going on, man? Sounds like a typical American bad woman. No different. Well, then again, women are all the same, no matter where you go. But fellas, let me know down in the comments section if you guys ever encounter anything like this. And as always, you guys always know what it is with me, man. It is always peace and love. Stay blessed. Live your life to the fullest. Peace on out.